And we find there's about 3 or 4 to move up. Palmyra Bay, the scratching in the event, 12 to start. Been a great day at Rose Hill. And you can feel the atmosphere starting to hot up now as the spring racing gets well and truly underway. Rose Hill again next Saturday, and before you know it, we'll have the long weekend at Randwick and the running of the Spring Champion Stakes, the Epsom Handicap, and also the Metropolitan. That'll be the 4th and 6th of October. Now, Ex Parte coming up on the extreme outside of the field. The others look to be facing well. Fix the date. I doubt if there'd be a more honest horse racing anywhere in Australia. He just doesn't know how to run a bad race, and even though he's way up in the weights now, he'll be there for a long, long way. Fix the date. Ridden by Nigel Tiley. Sir Zephyr stands well, gates open, and they're off and running, and they came out in a good even line. Dolcezza is actually hustled out of the gate to be the early leader over Fix the Date, Sir Zephyr. On the fence, Gold Wire dropping in behind the pace, and then Rajamar, Social Cream. Wine Glass in the cerise colours is cruising along right out in the centre of the track as they come down to the judge the first time. Sir Zephyr pulled his way up to join Dolcezza, and now he takes over. Social Cream about to move to second. Wine Glass still 3 deep, leaving the straight, followed by Rajamar. Jamaica in covering ground on the first turn. On the fence, Gold Wire. Fix the Date dropping back a bit, followed by Lady Nuke, and then Sikorsky and Azar's Command, and last Ex Parte to the crossing at the 1800 mark, and Sir Zephyr fired right up. He can't hold him any slower. He led by a length and a half to Social Cream on the outside of Dolcezza, and then Wine Glass on the outside of Gold Wire, followed by Fix the Date and Rajamar. Further back in the field, Jamaica in covering ground around Lady Nuke and Sikorsky from Azar's Command, and still Ex Parte whipped them in, and he's about 10 lengths off the lead as they go to the back. Sir Zephyr pulling Duffy's arms out of their sockets at the 1400 mark, led by more than a length to Social Cream. Third is Dolcezza on the inside of Wine Glass, and further back Jamaica in. Gold Wire dead set midfield on the inside of Rajamar, followed by Fix the Date, Lady Nuke, and then Sikorsky and Azar's Command, and Ex Parte tailed off. Now Duffy got tired of fighting with the leader, Sir Zephyr, and allowed him to stride about 4 lengths in front now over Social Cream, who again is getting closer at the 1000 mark. Dolcezza third. From Wine Glass, Rajamar's about to move up, and then Jamaica in. Gold Wire. Fix the Date getting a pretty good run between horses from Lady Nuke and Sikorsky, and well back at the tail of the field is Ex Parte with Azar's Command in front of the couple. Now they're starting to bunch up at the 700. Sir Zephyr still defies them, led by a length and a half to Social Cream. Dolcezza's had a dream run. Rajamar in 4th place. Wine Glass is flat chat now. Gold Wire's in on the fence, followed by Fix the Date, Jamaica in, and then Sikorsky, Azar's Command, Lady Nuke, and Ex Parte last as they corner. A tightly packed field on the bend for home. Sir Zephyr first into the straight. Social Cream going after him on the fence. Dolcezza needing a run now. Further back is Rajamar, followed by Gold Wire. Fix the Date seems to be labouring a bit under the big weight at the 200 mark, and Sir Zephyr still in front. Social Cream's got him now. Here's Rajamar wearing away at them. Gold Wire trying to push between them. Dolcezza can't get a clear go, and Wine Glass again. Wine Glass getting its second wind is coming at Social Cream and Ex Parte. Wine Glass did best and got up to beat Social Cream. Ex Parte sneaked along the fence to get third. Then Rajamar. Dolcezza didn't get a lot of room in the straight. Further back, Gold Wire. Then Sir Zephyr, Lady Nuke, Fix the Date, Azar's Command, and then Sikorsky, and last of all is Jamaica in. Wine Glass. I'll drink to that. Ridden by Bruce Compton, number 8, is going to pay $6 and $1.45, an 11 to 1 pop on the tote, a mare. A 5-year-old mare by lunchtime, raced by Jack and Bob Ingham, and it's been a hell of a long time since she won, although she did run a good third over the same distance last week behind Cuba's Gold. All right, 1 to go at Rose Hill, and it's due at 10 to 5. Let's see what Ken Callender thinks of it.
I got the chuckles when I saw the Cowboy engaged here at Rose Hill today. Fancy this horse who stretched Handy Proverb here 12 months back, getting up against a team of walkers and no-hopers that he's racing in the last race here today. Tommy Smith's got him now. He goes good fresh, and I just can't see them beating him. Number 1, the Cowboy, a good thing. Fancy tipping a horse like Chelada or a Grey Ace to beat the Cowboy. This horse will come out like John Wayne in an epic western with all guns blazing. You back him. Number 1, the Cowboy.
Okay, and we'll be seeing that live at 10 to 5. Numbers on the previous officially, 8, 7 and 13. Wine Glass, Social Cream, Ex Parte after the Kingston Town Stakes.
To 601.35. The daily double, 386.45. And the quaddie today, $799.70. So that's the details after the Craigley, and we'll be back with more from Flemington in just a moment. 6.45. Trifecta was a big one. 4,580.35. Quinella 42.60. Daily double 17.35. Let's go to Ron Paps in Adelaide.
Standing away only fairly on the inside and slow to begin, Legantic. One of the best into stride game, Romance, Nova Valley, Classic Concept, Eskidon, and I'm Still Standing, and now driving through from Beagle Bay. Over on the outside, Rash Ruler with the Myola, and also Celastrius from Royal Trish, followed further back by Revolver Libra Prince. There's the other one, King's Hewitt, second last, and 3 or 4 lengths to Legantic. At the 800 now, and the Southeastern and Nova Valley led them narrowly. Can't get to the rail, though, because kicking up within 3/4 of a length as I'm Still Standing. Now it gets across in front of it. They were followed over on the outside by Classic Concept, who's gone up boldly, and Gome Romance is joining in. Then in that division, Eskidon, and right around them, Beagle Bay is starting to look a chance. Then came Rash Ruler, followed by Celastrius. Kingsview under the Shillelagh, so is Iola, and back there, Royal Trish, Revolver, Libra Prince, Legantic. Homeward bound out about 4 off the rail. Classic Concept put the head in front of Nova Valley. The run's there for Game Romance. I'm Still Standing, I think, is gone. Beagle Bay and Celastrius having a hip and shoulder duel, and out wide on the track is Rash Ruler, who's coming home. He's running home over the top of them. Rash Ruler, he's drawn to the lead now from getting through Royal Trish. It'll be between them and Celastrius coming late. Royal Trish took the shortcut nearer the rail, and Royal Trish for the money wins at 1.25 lengths. Celastrius third. Rash Ruler, who had his chance. Beagle Bay a nice fourth, and with the Myola a good run. Legantic from last. Kingsview, Classic Concept knocking up a shade. So did Game Romance. Eskidon, Revolver, Libra Prince, Nova Valley. I'm Still Standing. Flat on the floor last.
And yes, the stablemate of Celastrius running last there, I'm Still Standing, but the Mick Armfield trained Royal Trish, the winner of race 7 in Adelaide, the Chambers handicap. Celastrius didn't have a lot of luck. He's about 3 off the fence with a white cap, but Royal Trish got through and then dashed away. Celastrius with Tassie Pegas throwing everything at it, getting into second placing, and Rash Ruler third. So unofficial, it'll be 8, 5 and 19 in Adelaide. Unofficial on the second leg of the daily double. 2 more races to go on 10 with Rash Ruler 580, the Quinella 32.70, Trifecta on 8, 5, 19, 513.85, and the daily double Romantic Red and Royal Trish $44.60. At Flemington, King Phoenix 1, and then Big Tram. Whirl Around's well in the market, so's War Hymn. I've got a big opinion of War Hymn, but today is his test.
Well, it will depend if he can keep in touch with them early instead of dropping out, and I think he will today over the longer journey.
Now, 2 sets of colours to watch out for. War Hymn has got a green cap to distinguish himself from this horse, Big Tram, and Ceramus has a white cap with Centanity the blue cap. So watch for those if you back them. Delos the rail, set for the last. Dundas Ladder Victoria, away they go. Gauchi eased Big Tram out after the start. He missed it about 2 or 3, but probably by design, and Bourbon County's led Obstinate. Sculptor's Pride away well. War Correspondent and Kane's Idol going up from Blessed Way. Dundas Lad in behind those horses, trapped a bit deep. Bronze Knight, Whirl Around, Centanity. Then Turf Fight behind them, War Hymn, who didn't get left today from Sar River on the crest, Delos. Third last, Ceramus, 1.5 lengths to Centulic. And last of all is Big Tram. 20 lengths first to last at the 1600, Bourbon County pace steady. Led a length in second place in Kane's Idol. Wonder Blessed Way on the fence with Obstinate. Then War Correspondent. In the centre of those horses, Sculptor's Pride, Turf Fight, the boys lost his cap. On the fence, Dundas Lane, 1.5 lengths away, then to Whirl Around from Centanity. 2 to Delos and War Hymn the outside with Bronze Knight 3 deep. 1.5 lengths further back to Ceramus on the crest with Centulic, Sar River going forward. And Big Tram would want to be far lap. He's last of all and starting to take off. 1,000 out. Bourbon County 1.5 lengths in front of Kane's Idol, Blessed Way. Turf Fight 3 deep. War Correspondent the second, 1.5 lengths the centre. 1.5 lengths to Obstinate, Dundas Lane. Moving around them, Whirl Around, Sculptor's Pride. Further back on the field, War Hymn coming off the fence from Centanity and Bronze Knight. Big Tram commencing a run, and Sar River goes with him from Delos. Further back, Ceramus, Centulic, and on the crest. On the turn, and Bourbon County about 1/2 length to Blessed Way. 1 length to Dundas Lane. War Correspondent behind them, Kane's Idol, Bronze Knight. War Hymn hook to the outside, and then Sar River, and further back Big Tram. 400 out, Bourbon County, Blessed Way, Dundas Lane. War Hymn's gobbling them up out wide from War Correspondent, Whirl Around, and Big Tram with a late run. Dundas Lane's kicked away. War Hymn looks the danger, but he's kicked well clear, this horse. Behind them, Blessed Way, and further back is Big Tram, but this is going to walk in. It's Dundas Lane about 6 lengths in front of War Hymn, getting home for third on the crest, but Dundas Lane's won the last by 8. War Hymn second, Third on the crest, then Ceramus from Blessed Way and Big Tram whirl around. Further back, Bronze Knight, War Correspondent, Delos. Behind them, Centulic, Sculptor's Pride, Centanity, Turfite, Kane's Idol, Obstinate, one of the last River and Bourbon County. Got the right horse, haven't I, Ron? I had to have another think up the straight.
No, he's a nice looking horse, but I didn't think he was quite up to that.
203.5 is a good gallop, isn't it? He has won, what, 6 to 8 lengths?
Exactly, and did it very easily. Dundas Lane, gosh, by Vice Regal out of Easter Parade, eh?
And the Truth form guide tells me that his last start, Dundas Lane, whose form read reasonably well, but he was 8th to Bronze Knight at Sandown, beaten 6.5 lengths. And Ron, I'll just check.
Before that, he'd run a nice 4th at Flemington here behind Sculptor's Pride, which was quite a nice run. But gosh, he did put a space between them at the end.
A maiden before today, Ron. And he's beaten some very promising horses by this margin. I gave War Him a bit of a chance about 350 out, but he's just run right away from him.
He did, and War Him's run a really good race. Improved on his recent runs, which were too short for him. And it's interesting to note that Lance Smith, the trains this winner, do you remember Lance was foreman for Jeff Murphy?
That's right.
And branched out on his own, and it's nice to see such a capable young man get a horse, obviously with the abilities, improved it out of sight.
Well, on this run, you would say, Ron, that this is a Derby horse without any question. Look at the way he's striding out to the line with War Him in second placing. Just got his head up a bit in the last little bit, War Him, when he was getting tired. On the crest, ran home well for third. That was an improved performance. Officially fourth, Ceramus, a surprise, and fifth, The Blessed Way. But some reputations a little tarnished.
Well, I think really, Bruce, it might even get back to what we were saying earlier about those outside barriers. I don't think the form in the race is really going to be a good guide for the future. I do think Big Tram's a lot better than he showed today. So is War Correspondent.
Look at the dividend, Ron, 32.85 and 5.65. So there've been a couple of roughies with this and Zephyr Cross. War Him 110. On the quest 4.05, so it will be a very healthy trifecta.
It certainly will, and I think Dundas Lane can go on after that. Horses can't score with that much authority without being having some ability to go on into the longer races like the Derby. But my own opinion is that there will be others in that race that will probably turn the tables on him because of the conditions of today's event.
Big Tram, bad barrier?
Well, the bad barrier, we saw Darren Gouch, he did the only thing possible, dropped him out, but he just had to give too much start. And Dundas Lane, of course, was getting a nice run in the race with 50 kilos on his back compared to the top weights carrying 57. Bruce, I think that's the thing we have to keep in mind. There was a big difference in the weights, and when they get to the Derbies, they all carry the same weights. Perhaps Dundas Lane might find it a little bit hard at that time.
14, 15 and 8. N. Crothers, a winning jockey with a big smile on his face. 203.5. We'll be back with more from Flemington. $1.10 and on the crest at $4.05. So we've still got a couple of minutes before this race in Sydney. Let's go and join Phil in the mounting yard. And Phil, that was a big win in the last. He's won by about 8 lengths.
Yes, it was a big win, and I was just talking here with the... How'd you like to have had to get out of trouble?
Yeah, well, they won't have much to resort to, Ian, because favourite is the Cowboy, and he's at raging odds on. He was a skinny, raky little horse when he first came to Australia as a 2-year-old. He's still not the biggest horse in the world, but he has furnished a great deal, and he looks much stronger now. Ray, his price is pretty strong too.
Certainly is, John. 6-4 on the tote, but in the ring a bit easier than that, around 10-9 on, just into the tomato sauce odds, the Cowboy, but 6-4 on the tote. Gypsy Reward 7-1, Grey Ace 11-2 on the tote, but in the ring much shorter than that at 7-2. Van Diemen Star 30s, Chulada 4s, Kenzai 25.
Coming, and I think
40s, a Little Flea at 80-1, Ponchielli 200. Boodles at 100-1, Sunnerboy at 100-1, and the outsider of the field, Sophia Bay, at 400-1. John, and the skies are starting to clear here after being cloudy right throughout the day.
It's been a great day at Rose Hill, terrific racing, and we're on here again next Saturday. Now, here we go. Sunnerboy, the last one to get into the gates. Lights are flashing on top, and the starter heads over now to release the field. The Cowboy, all the rage, ridden by Null Barker, trained by Tommy Smith, who's in Melbourne, where Bounding Away was beaten by a roughie in the Ascot Vale Stakes. The Cowboy has the inside gate. Van Diemen Star's a little fidgety. No, Van Diemen Star, I think, has drawn the inside in effect. Yes, he has. Bodles faces well, so does the Little Flea. Crikey, that's a name, the Little Flea. Track cleared in front, starter's not happy with them. Couple of attendants going in to lend assistance to some jockeys. Now they're off and running, and a good start it was. Oh, Sophia Bay hit the ground and jibbed and went straight back to the tail of the field. Sparkling Time is the first out, and he led on his ear. Sparkling Time over the Cowboy, followed by Grey Ace and Chilada. About 2 lengths away when they settle down, Van Diemen Star. At the head of the others then is Ken's Eye, and the Little Flea is close up, followed by Bodles and Sophia Bay. Gypsy Reward well back with Son of Boy, and dropping out to be last is Ponchielli. In the run to the first turn, 1100 out. Sparkling Time quickened up and led by a length and a half to Grey Ace, the Cowboy third. Chulada fourth on the outside, moving up now to pocket the Cowboy. Back behind those, Van Diemen Star, then the Little Flea, followed by Bodles, and then Sophia Bay. Ken's Eye well back with Gypsy Reward, and Son of Boy and Ponchielli whip them in as they swing around that top turn with 700 to go. Sparkling Time is the leader. Grey Ace in second place, running third the Cowboy. Chulada on his outside, a length and a half to Van Diemen Star, followed by the Little Flea, and then Bodles, Ken's Eye, Gypsy Reward, Sophia Bay, Son of Boy well back, and Ponchielli is last as they corner into the straight. The white blaze of Sparkling Time shows out in front of Grey Ace on the outside. Barker's hooked the Cowboy out to make his run, then Van Diemen Star. Chilada's under hard riding, starting to struggle, followed by the Little Flea and Ken's Eye. Where's the Cowboy? He'll want to get a move on here as they get to the 200 where Grey Ace is tackling Sparkling Time. Now the Cowboy's knuckling down. He's not going like an odds-on pop though. Grey Ace in front. The Cowboy's got him now. I think he'll get there by an eyebrow, the Cowboy, and those who took the short odds had heart failure. But the Cowboy beat Grey Ace and Sparkling Time, Van Diemen Star, then Ken's Eye, Gypsy Reward, Chulada, who's not going well. Further back, the Little Flea, Ponchielli, Bodles, and the last couple of Son of Boy and Sophia Bay. Strike me pink, how'd you like to be laying odds on the Cowboy? There wasn't a sign of a 6-gun at the 200 metres mark. The street was empty. But Barker went for the whip, underpants and false teeth in the last 100 metres. He threw everything at the Cowboy, and it was only in the last 30 or 40 metres that he wrested the lead from Grey Ace, and he's won on the line by about a neck or a half length. But said those that had taken the odds on. The Cowboy will pay 95 and 70. He's by Balmerino out of Empress Lou, trained by TJ Smith, and the only conclusion I can draw from the way he raced is that he needs further. Because he was floundering to keep with them when they sprinted from about the 600. He raced to me like a horse who's wanting 2,000 metres. Look at him here on this rerun. He's a length and a half behind Grey Ace. He's flat chat, wants to hang a little bit too. But he's just not dashing. He's just not accelerating. And that generally indicates a horse who's needing a little bit more ground. As I mentioned earlier, he was a skinny, raky little horse when we first saw him here in Australia 2 years ago. And even though he's furnished a bit, he's still a little on the raky side, and he wears a breastplate, which is generally used on horses that tend to be a little slab-sided. Now, the Cowboy, responding to Barker's vigorous riding, grabs Grey Ace and gets there narrowly. Now, that's a double to Tommy Smith, who won earlier with Zip Home. Has Mayfield Smith trained a winner here today? No, he hasn't. So I think Tommy Smith has gone to the lead in the Premiership by 1 win. Right, live racing was brought to you today with the compliments of Tui's. I hope you backed a winner, and I hope you feasted your eyes on a great horse earlier on in the shape of Drought. OK, now we're going to pause for a break on Wide World of Sports.
Leap 9 to 2 equal favourite, pegged out 15s. The second today, Aberidi won at 33 to 1. Productivity 5's out of the night, 66 is the favourite. High Quest will now be operated on for a wind problem. Bit disappointing, but of course there was an excuse. Race 3 today, Latin Rule. This was a thriller, 5 to 2, beat Never Quit 7 to 4 favourite, Warned 7 to 1. Protest second against First Dismiss. The fourth race, Dynasty Prince Impressive at 7 to 2. Astor Man 25s, Cheer Charlie 8s. The favourite was Black Knight, he ran fourth. The first of the big ones are Bobby Lewis, and Taj Quillo was most impressive, trained by Bart Cummings at 4 to 1. Between Ourselves, 9 to 4 favourite, a good run. Rocky Mac at 6 to 1. The big one of the day, 140 to 1 Zephyr Cross, beat Bounding Away 5 to 2 and Daring John 15 to 1. It was a great race. Race 7, Canny Lass most impressive, 9 to 4 favourite. Rebecca Gay at 6s and Golden Twig at 9 to 2. In the 8th, the Craigley, A brilliant finish here with King Phoenix, 11-4 favourite, beating At Talac, a huge run, 25s. Always Summer at 8-1, and Tristark and Our Sophia both ran very well. Whilst in the final event, Dundas Lane at 25-1 beat Warhim 7-1 on the crest at 20-1. Now the daily doubles etc. today from Flemington and the quadrilla we're about to get. The quaddie on 6-8-1-1, 7.99.70, not hard except for that second leg, and the doubles 11-1, 3.86.45, and the extra double on 4 and 6, $7.15. So that's it from the Flemington meeting today. I know that Carlton were 12-12 to 11-4 about 5 minutes ago. Tony, have we got an update on that?
Certainly have, mate. Halfway through the final quarter, 1 goal the difference at Waverley. Murphy, Fraser Murphy, Dermot Brereton appear to have been reported. Will front the tribunal on Monday night, and John Platten may also have fallen victim. They've got about 12 minutes to go in that particular match at VFL Park, and it's goal for goal in the dying minutes of the game. Well, certainly racing today, I believe it's just been completed, and we'd like to thank you for viewing this afternoon's races. We know that you'll be back with us for the Edward Manifold Stakes Day on October the 4th, and also join us tomorrow for the VFA football. So, from me, Tony Banks, good afternoon.